So, good evening, good evening, good evening. We are back again with some more Mudryk updates. Chelsea hijack. Top Gooners are running, hiding, deleting all their tweets, all their praise for the Ukrainian Neymar. You have to love the transfer window. You have to love Top Gooners. They provide unbelievable content for people like me. Big up to everybody watching, man. Make sure you fire the likes up for the algorithm, for the audience. Do it right now, real quick. Big up to everybody who's checked out all the fan cams from yesterday and the player ratings. Go and check out the player ratings as well. Big up to all of you. Big up to everybody who drops donations into the channel. You can do that by hitting the thanks option. And thank you very much to everybody who's got me this close to 7K subscribers on the second channel. The link is in the description. Lee Reacts. So do go and check that out and get it over 7K. I will be uploading this month. Just trying to tie up a few loose ends on that, and I want to get the watch time up. So go and spam and binge watch all of the vlogs on there to boost the watch time. But let's talk about Mudryk. Top Gooners are in despair. Only 2 days ago, they were all sitting there saying, "No, this is just Chelsea putting it out there. There's nothing in this." What do we know about Mudryk? Well, let me tell you what we know about Mudryk. Mudryk has twerked, should I say, for Arsenal for quite a while now. But after the game yesterday, Mikel Arteta was asked what we're doing in the transfer market. He said, "We're trying to do our best, but we cannot waste any windows with the squad numbers that we have. We will try." Now, if you continue on, Mudryk admitted on CBS Sports earlier this year that I do dream of playing in the Premier League. I think every guy dreams of the Premier League. Arsenal is a very good team with a very good coach. I like the way they play. Yes, it would be hard to say no from my side. I can't say no, but the transfer is not only my decision and my word. Now, obviously, we know that the club he plays for, Shakhtar, won £88 million, 100 million euros. We're not paying that. That ain't happening. Chelsea, on the other hand, we'll come to them in a minute, may. During an interview with Vlada Sedan, the wife of Arsenal fullback Alexander Zinchenko, Mudryk even admitted he would join the Gunners over reigning champions Real Madrid in Spain. On YouTube, the youngster said, from purely a hypothetical perspective, if there was an option of being a bench player for Real Madrid or a starter for Arsenal, I'd probably choose Arsenal. You wouldn't, but thanks anyway. You got Top Gooners literally with a Vaseline out. But it's a tough question and involves a lot of factors in my answer. I would first want to know if from the head coach that even if I wasn't a guaranteed starter, that I'd receive a chance. Essentially, I need to hear directly from the manager what he envisages my role in the side to be. But obviously, this was quite a few months ago, a couple of months back. Obviously, all Arsenal fans heard were, I'd pick Arsenal over Real Madrid, because that sounds better, doesn't it, rather than actually reading the actual article. He then admitted that he often watches Arsenal. I check them on my score and know when they are playing. I can check them, he admitted. I also watch them too. Arsenal are a very dynamic side in general, not just in controlling possession, but also in scoring goals. Well, guess what, Mr. Mudryk? We didn't score last night. Now, let's move on to Chelsea's interest. Fabrizio Romano, 8 hours ago, as I record this, tweeted out, Shakhtar director Dario Serna, is that how you say the guy's name? Will be in London this week, and he is expected at the stadium for Chelsea-Manchester City game. Chelsea and Shakhtar will discuss about Mudryk in the next 24 hours. Also, Arsenal remain in direct talks with the player, and he is currently the player's priority. Now, let's just wrap this up, because I've seen so many people sitting there, oh, but if Chelsea are going to pay 88 million, we should walk away. Yeah, 100% we should walk away. Is he worth 88 million? No. Does anyone know if he's any good? No. Nobody watches Ukrainian league. Is he going to be on top dollar because of the fee plus the wages? This is going to cost a lot of money for a 21-year-old hyped up by a bunch of teenagers on the internet that don't even watch the league anyway. Unbelievable. Now, this is where people need to listen. So prick your ears up, people, because people are sitting there saying, no, Arsenal still is destination. He wants Arsenal. He definitely wants to play for Arsenal. Okay, cool. He said he wants to come to the Premier League. He likes Arsenal. Um, he watches Arsenal. He likes the style of play. He'd love to speak to managers before choosing what club. That's cool. That's all part and parcel of whatever. Yeah, I sit there and watch Real Madrid and Barcelona. Yeah, so good luck to the lad. I'm sure it's not just Arsenal he's watching on the internet. I'm sure he's watching Manchester City, Liverpool, Real Madrid. I'm sure he watches a lot of football. Most footballers do, apart from Ben White. Excuse me. But if Chelsea do bid 88 million, it's already been noted that we're not going to make that bid. So if Chelsea hit the asking price, which is 88 million, instantly we're out of the running. Oh, but Lee wants to come to Arsenal. Yeah, he might want to come to Arsenal. I want to go and phone up Shakira and take her on a date. Ain't going to happen though, is it? So he may want to come to Arsenal. He may flirt with Arsenal. But if Arsenal don't pay the money and only Chelsea are in the running and are paying the money, do you think he's going to stay at Shakhtar just to not upset the Arsenal fans because he knows they're fragile little beings? He'll be signing for Chelsea if that's the case. Wake up. Stop sitting there gassing up, hyping up players that you don't know nothing about. Like, it makes no sense to me. People are getting in their feelings because Chelsea have come in, right? If you think, real talk, if you think that Chelsea do not know how much we're offering him every week on personal terms, you live in a different stratosphere. Chelsea have not just sat there and gone, right, I know what we'll do is we'll follow Fabrizio Romano on Twitter and we'll wait for Fabrizio to tweet out that they've put a bid in for him and it's been rejected and they're going to go back in with a second bid. Right, they're going in with the second bid. Right, cool, we'll get on the phone to him. Is that how you think it works, people? Come on. He would have been, his agent, in direct contact with Chelsea and Arsenal. They're the only two teams in for him, apparently. He would have been in direct contact with both of them football clubs, that agent. And he'd be saying, like, Arsenal are offering this. Arsenal are offering that. Arsenal have offered the player this. Arsenal have offered the player that. And if you don't think that Chelsea have just gone, yeah, cool, match it, or okay, we'll gazump that, like, I don't know what to say. People seem to think that Chelsea have just been sat back waiting for some news on the internet to appear that we've bid for him. It doesn't work like that, people. If Chelsea go and spend 88 million quid on him, more fool them. They've obviously got more money than sense because he ain't worth 88 million quid. I don't care what anyone tells me. Don't care. He's not worth the money. And if Chelsea want to pay, good luck. Go and sign him. I'm sick and tired of hearing the geezer's name. And I've said this a million times. Arsenal fans en masse. Not every Arsenal fan, because a lot of you guys that watch me want to stab me to death in my sleep. A lot of you don't. Yeah, but the ones that do, yeah, can't accept reality. They live in Disney World, Disney-esque fantasies with sparkles and unicorns. And oh my God, everything's great. Everything's rosy. If he goes to Chelsea, I am going to be laughing at all of you idiots that have sat there making out you know who this kid is and how good he is and everything about Ukrainian league football. I bet you can't even list the names of the teams in the league. If we were sat on camera right now and said, go on, give me the top 10 in the Ukrainian league, you wouldn't be able to do it. So stop pretending you watch that league. Yes, you may see clips doing the rounds. Who cares? I can put a clip together to make Yaya Sonogo look like the greatest striker in living history. I could do the same for Eddie Nketiah, by the way. Yeah, stop gassing up players you don't watch based off of hype on the internet. If he goes to Chelsea, adios. I couldn't care less. I didn't know who he was until this summer. Why am I going to lose sleep? Oh, he's gone Chelsea. They're ruining the transfer market, paying that much. Go and sign Wilfried Zaha. He cost a fraction of the money. He won't have to move us. He knows the league and he will score goals. It's not rocket science. And he can play in 2 positions or 3 positions rather than 1. So he fits the Top Gooner versatility role. Seriously, man, I've had it up to ear with this guy. Like the way our fans go on about it and the way our fans literally suck the living joy out of every transfer, it's actually embarrassing. But it shouldn't be. They've spent 3 years sat in their bedrooms not having any contact with the outside world. So now they've continued to do that. Like, we're kind of doomed, people. This is our future. These are the people that are going to be leading countries and taking us to wars and stuff like that in the future. Good luck. We're doomed. And on that bombshell, do smash a like on the video. Subscribe to me. Subscribe to my second channel. Share the content around. Leave your thanks down there, your donations. I will reply to everyone who does do that. And I'll be back again at 8 a.m. with another video. So keep your eyes peeled for that one, people. And yeah, we're out of here. Adios, amigos. Top Gooners